Hello all and welcome back. Today I thought I would rank all of the current DCU and DCEU projects from worst to best, as I love a good ranking video. If you've watched my past videos, you know I have certain biases with these projects. However, I enjoy them all, and don't think there's anything actual bad here. Remember, just my opinion, not the right opinion, and I'd love to hear yours in the comments. Last place. Creature Commandos animated series. This is basically a animated Suicide Squad, but they replaced the villains with horror movie monsters like Frankenstein's monsters. The team's even put together by Amanda Waller and a new Rick Flag. They go to a country to stop villain Cersei from unaliving the country's princess. The flashback to the monster's origins are kinda good, but a bit depressing. The actual plot in the present is meh. The animation, action, and score are good. But being the first project of the DCU, it wasn't the best of choices. Also, strangely, it actually has the first appearances of DCU heroes like Superman, Batman, and some others. But they're dead in flash-forward vision sequences. 19th place, Blue Beetle. This movie is fine. I watched it once and don't remember a lot of it. The story and movie itself is so disconnected from the DCEU, and apparently they are bringing him over to the ongoing DCU. The lead Blue Beetle is good, with his costume being the standout. The villains being Victoria Cord and Omak are fine. The action, effects, and soundtrack are decent. Overall, it's decent but forgettable for me. 18th place, Wonder Woman 1984. This and Blue Beetle are about the same in quality, but prefer this because I prefer Wonder Woman as a hero. But this is a strange, soft reboot of Wonder Woman, which doesn't work in the wider DCEU universe. The story, a huge step down from the first movie, and is a goofy nonsense story set in the 80s, with some standout moments such as the finale and the Wonder Woman first flight scene. Wonder Woman herself is fine, but a step down from previous portrayals in this universe. Cheetah and Maxwell Lord are okay villains. The action, costumes, effects, and soundtrack are all decent. Overall, another decent but distant entry in the DCEU. 17th place, Peacemaker Series 2. This was a disappointment as I enjoyed the first series. I thought it was mostly good at first, with Peacemaker finding an alternative Earth called Earth X and killing his counterpart and discovering its true nature, as well as reuniting with his dead brother and father, and a version of his love interest Harcourt, who actually loves him while being hunted by a vengeful Rick Flag Sr., whose son Peacemaker killed. However, the story is let down by a bad, boring finale that feels like just set up for the future with some cringy music numbers and some pointless scenes. I hated it. It was like the She-Hulk series where it was fun throughout, but let down by the finale. 16th place, Justice League 2017 version. This movie was a crushing disappointment on release, but is still a decent, fun superhero romp with characters I enjoy. Firstly, the story is good enough, it just skips through or over too much. The heroes mostly good, with Superman and Wonder Woman being the standouts, and Batman, Aquaman, and Cyborg being okay. But the Flash is just cringe throughout. The villain, Steppenwolf, sucks in this version, but at least the movie had a Lex Luthor and Deathstroke cameo after credits, which I enjoyed. The action and costumes are mostly good. The special effects are bad in some places, especially Superman mustache removal and a lot the final battle. The soundtrack is fine with some classic superhero themes sprinkled within. Overall, disappointing but decent. 15th place, Birds of Prey. Yes, the Harley Quinn and Friends movie, and it's another step up from previous entries. The story is pretty decent and fun. Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn is great as usual, with Black Canary, Huntress, and others being good as well. Black Mask is a good villain, just wish he wore the mask itself more. The action was a blast, and the costumes, effects, and soundtrack are all decent. It's very close to being a good movie, but it's not quite there. 14th place, Peacemaker Series 1. The first good entry on this list, and yeah, I enjoy Peacemaker Series 1, and it was a pleasant surprise at the time. John Cena is awesome as Peacemaker, with his fun side cast including the hilarious Vigilante as they fight aliens and Peacemaker's evil father, the racist White Dragon. Soundtrack, action, costumes, effects, and everything are good all around. Even has a fun Justice League cameo at the end. 13th place, Superman 2025. This movie is good, but it's really a tale of two halves. The first half feels rushed and flawed, while the second half is fun, emotional, and strong. David Corenswet makes a decent Superman/Clark Kent, though I didn't love that they nerfed his powers. Still, when he shines, especially in his big speech to Lex Luthor at the end, he's fantastic in that moment. The Daily Planet crew and Superman's parents are also well done. Nicholas Hoult is a solid Lex, while Ultraman, the Engineer, and Rick Flag Sr. are just okay as side villains. The action is fine, with the Superman vs. Ultraman fight and the Lex Luthor army battle as standouts. Costumes and effects are hit or miss, but the soundtrack is awesome. Overall, a good Superman movie, and thanks to its strong second half, I forgot to mention the Justice Gang as side heroes were okay. I loved Mr. Terrific. Liked Green Lantern and Metamorpho. Wasn't a fan of Hawkgirl. Didn't think the movie needed the Justice Gang. I think it would have been fine with just Mr. Terrific and Metamorpho as side heroes, as they served the plot nicely. I also loved Krypto the Superdog. I think James Gunn has some faults, but CGI characters is certainly not one of them, and Krypto was a strong, entertaining addition to the movie.
Joint 10th, 11th, and 12th place, Shazam, Black Adam, and Shazam Fury of the Gods. What I call the Shazam family trilogy, which all are the same level in quality in my opinion. First, the stories are all pretty good and fun. The heroes being Shazam and the rest of the Marvel family, as well as Black Adam and the Justice Society, are all spot on and good. The villains are fine, with Dr. Sivana, Sabak, and others are decent foils. The actions, costumes, effects, and soundtrack are good throughout. I would call these the first good movies on this list. What holds them back is we didn't get an epic crossover fourth movie with Shazam vs. Black Adam with Superman, a Dr. Sivana return, and Mr. Mind as the main villain, which is where the movies seem to be heading.
I would say these three movies match Superman in quality, but what puts them above it is the portrayals of the heroes and their costumes are much stronger.
9th place, Suicide Squad. I know this may seem high, but hear me out. I think this movie, despite a lot of flaws, is awesome. The story, not perfect, is good enough for a Suicide Squad film where they must face an infected city of zombies pretty much. Now the heroes are where this film shines. Deadshot and Harley Quinn are the standouts, with Harley Quinn popularity going up after this movie. The others being Captain Boomerang, Diablo, Killer Croc, and Rick Flag are good too. Also Batman and Flash get some nice little moments. The villains are mixed. Amanda Waller is perfect. Joker, not good, but not bad either in my opinion. Enchantress and her brother are serviceable. Action and costumes are pretty good throughout. Effects and soundtrack are a bit hit and miss, but overall it's a good time. 8th place, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Yeah, it's a good sequel to the first Aquaman, but not as good as the first and a bit of a downgrade in every way. Aquaman is as cool as always, but at this point it's Jason Momoa playing himself, but he's joined by villain-turned-hero Orm, whose dynamic is the highlight of the film easily. Black Manta, now upgraded to main villain, is pretty good. The action is good, costumes good, effects good, soundtrack good. Overall, it's just good. But I think there's a great film in there.
7th place, Wonder Woman. The first great movie in this ranking, and yeah, Wonder Woman is a great, perfect origin story for the character. The story from Themyscira to the trenches of World War I is great. Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor are fantastic. Ares, fake Ares, and Dr. Poison are good villains. The action, costumes, effects, and soundtrack are great. It's overall just a simple, great Wonder Woman movie. 6th place, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, theatrical cut. I love this movie. I think it's great, even if the editing is a little strange because of cut content causing the movie to have plot holes. Cavill and Affleck are amazing as Superman and Batman, and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman debut is awesome. Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor is brilliant in how he manipulates events, and KG Beast is cool, and Doomsday is awesome, as he's the large Superman-killing beast I know and love. And I found him a bit of a mashup of multiple characters. The action is incredible. The Batmobile chase scene, Batman's warehouse fight, his showdown with Superman, and the Trinity vs. Doomsday are highlights. Costumes, effects, and Zimmer's soundtrack are all perfect. Underrated gem. 5th place. The Flash. Another controversial one, I know, but I really enjoy this movie. I think it's really great for the most part. The plot, a loose Flashpoint adaptation, is excellent, though brought down by too much humor, which even takes over the ending scene. Ezra Miller's Flash is solid. Michael Keaton steals the show as Batman, and Sasha Calle's Supergirl is good. The multiverse cameos at the end, while divisive, I personally loved. Villains Black Flash and Zod work well, especially the Black Flash twist. Strong action, good costumes, mostly solid effects, and a good soundtrack. I think if they cut some of the humor and gave us the original ending, which I believe had Barry reuniting with a Batman, whether Keaton or Affleck, Henry Cavill's Superman, and Sasha Calle's Supergirl, which would have been awesome. A great, fun superhero movie overall.
4th place, The Suicide Squad. This is probably James Gunn's best movie, and improvement over the first Suicide Squad. The story of the Suicide Squad going into a foreign country with 2 separate teams to essentially clean house is awesome. The mini-heroes are awesome. In particular, Harley Quinn, Bloodsport, Polka Dot Man, King Shark, and Rick Flag. Villains are great, with Amanda Waller, Peacemaker, The Thinker, and finally Starro, who I was happy to see in live action and done so well. The action, costumes, effects, and soundtrack were great overall. Just a great superhero movie and the best ragtag villain team-up movie to date. 3rd place, Aquaman. This may be the first God-tier movie on this list, but at worst, it's a really great movie in my opinion. The story is near perfect as an Aquaman origin movie, and features some great world building. Aquaman is awesome, and really grows as a character with help from Mera. The villains are awesome, with Orm, aka Ocean Master, and Black Manta, and the Trench. The action, costumes, special effects, and soundtrack are all great. Overall, an awesome, possible God-tier movie, and near-perfect Aquaman movie. Joint 2nd place, Man of Steel and Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition. Both are near-perfect God-tier films for me. Man of Steel is my favorite Superman origin and DC solo movie in general. Henry Cavill is the perfect modern Superman, and Zod is my favorite portrayal of Zod ever. The action is epic throughout, with the last hour being all action of Superman and the military versus Zod and his army, and the Superman versus Zod fight is my all-time favorite Superman battle. The costumes and special effects are perfect, and Hans Zimmer's score is perfection. This is the best solo DC movie for me, easily, and was the Superman movie I always wanted. Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition fixes everything wrong with the theatrical cut. With added scenes, better editing, and a Steppenwolf cameo setup, it becomes a god-tier movie alongside Man of Steel. First, Zack Snyder's Justice League. For me, this isn't just a movie. It's the ultimate DC experience. Every aspect is perfect. The story starts off with Superman's death in Batman v Superman, into Batman and Wonder Woman recruiting the other Justice League members, being Aquaman, Flash, and Cyborg, leading to epic battles. All the heroes get proper arcs. Superman's resurrection and return is epic and chilling, with his black suit a perfect touch. And the cameos from Green Lanterns, Martian Manhunter are a nice touch. Steppenwolf is vastly improved in personality and design, making him a perfect villain for the movie. And Darkseid looms large with Desaad and Granny Goodness. There is also some cool appearances from villains Lex Luthor, Deathstroke, Ares, and the Joker. The action is phenomenal. The tunnel fight, Superman versus the League, and the final showdown are all incredible. Costumes, effects, and Junkie XL's soundtrack are flawless, with Junkie XL reaching the heights of Hans Zimmer in my opinion. This is the greatest DCEU and DC movie ever made, a magnum opus.
Honorable mention, Project Justice League. This is a fan-animated movie on YouTube, which is the conclusion to the DCEU or Snyderverse that was planned out in storyboard. It's only 40 minutes, and it's essentially a motion comic using the original storyboards, with the Justice League battling the Legion of Doom, Darkseid, and the Nightmare Future. I placed it earlier on my previous DCEU ranking video. However, with further thought due to it being a 40-minute fan-made motion comic, I can't really place it anywhere. Just assume it will be high. And if it's one day made in some form and it's directed by Zack Snyder, with a script by Chris Terrio, I can't imagine it not being near or at the top. Shout out to the guys who made it, named Nicotania, and the suicide prevention charity donations it managed to rack up when it debuted. Link to the full video in the description. Thanks for tuning in. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter at @TheEasyNerd. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, this is the Easy Nerd, signing off.